Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat. And I just put your questions in the chat in the hour before I go on. And I'll just do the best I can. Reading on the collective energy here. No one who does this, it's not 100% accurate, but it's still, it's good to check in on the collective energy. And it's interesting the insights we can get. So anyway, 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. It's an ongoing thing. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. Thank you. We have a great community here. So anything in the chat in all caps is how you communicate with me. Any other than that, just please type normally. And when you're greeting others, try to do it in blocks of names rather than individual, because I need to keep up with the conversation, because I try to give you guys as much credit for your great comments and funny comments and whatnot as I can. Okay, if you're watching this on replay, hello. You don't have to listen to me. You can just go down in the description box on basically almost all of the Black and Orange live streams, and the questions are listed out, and you can just pick and choose. I timestamp them as I go. Yesterday, only a few of them were timestamped, but a lot of the questions were there. It was just it was a lot yesterday. It was a lot. Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand is in the chat. Yay! Do follow House of Lenormand. She's amazing and a sweetheart. And darn it, we like her. Just saying. All right, I'll jump into the questions. I'll see if I can get through as many. It's Wednesday, so I have a hard cutoff time at 1:40. But also, I'm tired. I'm not as tired as Florida, though. Good morning from Australia. Oh, bless. Isn't it like 3 in the morning? Are you okay? Do you need some cocoa? It's your cold part of the year, so I could make you some cocoa. So, and Holly Coleman is sharing that astrology news. Venus will move into Gemini tonight at 8:34 p.m. Eastern time. So, all right, just the beautiful communication, love of communication, good stuff, and travel. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Last thing I'll say is last night I was watching Aiden and the Expert, and on Aiden Reads Tarot. He's a young man. He's at college. He's been having various people on. I'm going to be on there again July 5th in the evening. And last night, Kevin, the medium, was on, and he was. Thank you, Dave. He seemed like a very nice guy. And it was fun. He didn't know who I was at first, because it was under my real name, which it's in the description box. You know what it is. But I wasn't under Black and Orange, because I was on my phone. And he said, he was like, I don't know who that is, or, I'm sure she is, because I think he was kind enough to say I'm a hard worker. And Kevin said, "Oh, Black and Orange. Yeah, I subscribe to her." I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And he said, "She has beautiful hair." And I was like, "Oh, that's very sweet." And he said, "And I know, because I'm a hairdresser." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I keep meaning to get more hair. Oh my God. No, so now I'm just like, oh, roots, and oh gosh, I've got hairdressers critiquing my hair. It's like, oh no, oh gosh." So I know it's silly. That's it, Sherry H. Kevin, the healing medium. He seemed like a very nice person. So anyway, it was just funny. Like, so this morning when I looked in the mirror, oh gosh, I better do something with it. Oh, Flora's saying it's 1:20 a.m. here in Perth. Oh, bless. I hope you get some rest. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. So let's jump into the first. I'll jump into the first question today. It's from Vicky. Scroll. There is this thing over here where I started using, what is it, vidIQ? And it adds other preferences on the side of the page where I put in the description box. But when I minimize it, it starts flashing. So I got this thing flashing in the corner of my, it's like, quit it, stop. Anyway, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Pamela. Also, is it Pamela? You were talking to Sarah? All is well. Thank you for your kind words last night. Revolution Ricky and the star of the show, the official member of the Rolling Stones himself, Boo Boos and Kitty. Well, he's rocking the cat tree. He's rocking one of the other cat trees in the other room. So he's not even in here right now. But anyway, all right. Today we're going to read on scoundrels and fools. At one point, we're going to frolic with the morons. Make sure you're hydrated. Get yourself a glass of water. Okay. So at 6.5 minutes in, 6:30. I'll say 45 now. You're taking too much time. All right. So will Alex Holder's footage of 45 on January 6th show that Ivanka lied to the committee? Alex Holder's footage. I haven't heard anything about Alex Holder's footage. What the blank is this? Team Trump blindsided by January 6th committee getting document footage? Really? A British filmmaker gave Congress unreleased footage of Trump and his family. I did not know of this. You don't say. All right, hang on a second. Let's read this together, shall we? Because it looks fascinating. Alexander says, I heard there's footage of her saying the opposite of how she testified. Really? All right, hang on, let me get rid of that. We'll get the flowers back in a minute. All right, let's share screen. Chrome. There we go. Get rid of this. All right. Team Trump. Make sure you can see this. Yes? Yes. Okay. Team Trump blindsided by January 6th committee getting document footage. Former administration and campaign officials told Rolling Stone they had no idea a film crew had months of access to the former president and his family. Look at that stupid hair. Look, it's not like I'm over here like, I don't like eccentrics. I mean, come on. Is it? But that candy floss, he just reeks of hairspray for what? Anyway. The January 6th committee has subpoenaed documentary filmmaker Alex Holder in regard to footage and interviews Holder and his team shot while following former President Donald Trump and his inner circle through the 2020 presidential campaign. Holder's company confirmed to Rolling Stone on Tuesday that he has been subpoenaed and will sit for an interview with the panel on Thursday. He has fully complied with all of the committee's requests. Looking for any more details. No, I don't need that. Another senior official. First time that heard of it. It was a terrible idea. Blah. No idea. They had no idea it was being shot. In other words, many of the people actually running Trump's re-election operation are now saying they somehow had zero clue there was an entire documentary being filmed largely about Trump and his re-election campaign. Holder said that he had unparalleled access to Trump and others over the final 6 weeks of his presidency, and he has never before seen footage of the Capitol attack. His coordination. Okay, there's him interviewing. There's Alex Holder interviewing the Princess Grift. The subpoena says it would turn over any raw footage. And it's unclear if Holder will testify during the committee's public hearings, but given that he was asked to provide footage and is cooperating, it's not out of the question the committee may play some of the footage at an upcoming hearing. Well, hot diggity. Let's ask. Turn that back on. Turn that back down to, so it's not quite as eye-watering, and I actually have features. Kind of a neat concept. There we go. And let's, Elector Storm, so what? They think the cameras were there for fun? Alexandra says the January 6th committee gets 20 hours of footage on Thursday. Do they now? And me without tea. I was going to make some, but I ran out of time. I have a new kettle. I'm very excited. Oh, Trillium Terrace is breaking. Top investigator leaving January 6th committee early. Jolene says, I wonder if he has Trump's reaction to the attack on camera. Well, let's ask. Alex Holder, footage. You know, as far as footage goes, if you're doing a documentary, 20 hours isn't actually that much. Elector Storm, is it one of the European kettles? I don't know what you mean by that. It's an electric kettle. I can make tea in it. And in the winter, if I want, it'll keep it warm for up to 2 hours. I'm very excited. Queen of Swords. Ooh, it feels like investigators just going, oh, it's like getting chocolate. Okay. Ace of Wands. 8 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Ace of Cups. 4 of Wands. I wonder if the Trumps are going to try to throw some kind of NDA. Maybe they had to sign off on the footage that was going to be used. I don't know. But this is all kinds of footage. This is all kinds of muck in the tea going up. And yeah, not in the middle of it. Because it's gonna put them on the defensive. But right there, watching the whole. Well, let's ask about Ivanka next. I was gonna go Stephanie Martin Lordy. There are films. Yes, I was gonna go short today because yesterday took a lot out of me. I know tomorrow will take a lot out of me, but the hearings, the 3 hours on camera, the readings I was doing during the hearings, the keeping an eye on the chat, responding. It's a lot. I pretty much crawled out of here yesterday. So Oh, his Trump. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Trump's NDAs are invalid. They are. In this, and certainly in this case, they're absolutely invalid. But that wouldn't necessarily stop them from trying. All right, this footage. How powerful is this footage? Don't get your hopes up too high. I'm trying to tamp down. Tamp down. Calm down. I'm getting a mental image of these being those old-fashioned reels of film. Just ta-da, ta-da. Queen of Wands. Star. Seven of Cups. Insult to injury. Five of Swords. Knight of Cups. I'm not even getting, even with the star here, I'm not getting, mic drop. It may have that effect, but what I'm getting is just so much footage of just people doing their thing. And occasionally, like Princess Grift, talking to Alex Holder, but on the whole, it's just filming here, filming there. I imagine some of it was probably on a phone, because the newest iPhones have phenomenal cameras. So it's there, and it's going to put a face on this. It's one thing to be up there and say, oh, well, Trump did this, Trump didn't do that. It's a whole other thing. It's a whole other thing to have actual video to watch. I mean, saying he didn't do anything for, what was it, 150 minutes? How many minutes was it? Where he did nothing except just watch footage. It's one thing to say that, but it's a whole other thing if you happen to have footage of him just sitting there being gleeful. 187. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. It puts a real face on this. All the attack that was going on. 10 of Wands, Chariot, Devil. The burden. It's going to be one of those things where you're watching it, and I do think we're going to, okay, for what it's worth, it feels like we are going to be able to see it. We'll be able to see footage, and we'll watch it, and it'll just be like people just standing around doing whatever or texting. And it's only once you put it in context that our jaws are going to hit the floor. That's what it feels like. That's what I'm getting. What was the other thing we were going to ask about the footage? There was something else. Oh, well, let me, like I said, it's going to be a short day, so I'm going to, I'm going to work my way through the questions because I've got a whole bunch of them. Oh, grief. The scheduling. My understanding is that the hearing tomorrow was going to start at 3 is my understanding. So Trillium Terror saying C-SPAN's now saying 2:45 Eastern tomorrow is when they're going to start, which is 15 minutes before it happens. And that's what I was thinking. So my understanding is tomorrow I'm coming on at 1:30 instead of noon. And I just cannot do noon and then the hearings. It's just more than I'm capable of. I know Johnny's amazing with stuff like that. He's a Gemini, and he has these 8-hour live streams and stuff, and I'm just like, I'd die. I'd be dead. So, but GM Dave says it could accidentally be leaked onto the internet. Oh gosh, one would hope. Oh, thank you, Pam. That's very sweet of you. That is very sweet. Practice. Necessity is the mother of doing all kinds of things you need to get done in crazy long nails. All right, and now it's too dark again. I'll be... Trillium Tarot says, I found a Johnny live stream that was over 11 hours long. That's amazing. That is amazing. Man. All right. So he's awesome. All right. 21:30. We have M. Kelpie's question. 21:30. Where, oh, where has that junior gotten to? DJTJ. Yes, DJTJ. Yeah, okay. He's been awfully quiet for the past couple of weeks, has he? Let's check in with Sniffy Jr., shall we? Thank you for being here. Alexander Valim says, I was in that one with Johnny where I watched the sun come up. Ooh, sleep over it. Sleep over at Johnny's. So, ugh. See, I just had a shower. That's why I've been having hair issues, is because, I had a shower this morning. I dried my hair, and then I had it pinned up so it wouldn't be too straight, because you dry my hair and it just goes straight as a board and blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. Eileen, thank you for the headline, though. Breaking news, Supreme Court announced this morning it will issue decisions on Friday, adding an extra day. Hang in there. Hang in there. Just breathe. Seriously. Okay. Thank you for the heads up. Darren says, I hope Donnie Jr. is in rehab. I absolutely agree. I really hope he is too. Honestly, seriously, I'm being utterly sincere here. There is a hearing tomorrow, Stephanie. We were just talking about it. So where are you, Sniffy Jr.? Is he still with Gargoyle? Someone said he wasn't, but I assume he is. I don't know. Okay, we're going to Crazy Town. Oh, I don't know, Pam. I'll have to look at the Supreme Court astrology. Sniffy, Sniffy, Sniffy. Junior, seriously. I know you had a toxic upbringing. I know that you have a father who is the walking embodiment of all 7 deadly sins, but there are many people who had horrendous upbringings who, frankly, are lovely human beings because they chose to be. I'm just suddenly getting weird aches all over my body. Can't sit still. It's just like, oh man. Kathleen Brannon is saying the death card. Looks like the bottom is upon him, maybe. Knight of Wands. That's him. Lovers. Ew. Seven of Wands. Ace of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Well, first of all, I feel like I'm about to fall sideways because it's like everything's tilting and weird body sensations, and I don't even know that there's a specific drug that would give that. It's more just what it does to your energy field is bad. On the defensive, Sword of Truth, Fruits of Labor, but it almost feels like there's a lot less here. This is what he was doing. He would go on video and say things about his dad and Joe Biden and China and, all this garbage with this slurred speech. And his time with the gargoyle. But his reality, he's trying to stay away from reality as much as he can because the business is not in good shape. All the legal stuff is not good. They've had so many requests for information. And as much as Coward Bragg is on my list of least favorite people in the Manhattan DA, he's chosen not to prosecute, but he hasn't like made it impossible for someone to prosecute in future. It's good. That's the good thing about cowards. They always leave themselves an out. So, all right. Katie Harbuncle says, sounds like Junior is ODing. He's it's bad. He really does not want to be in reality. Yoy. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Oh. I have to make sure my parents know about this. Hang on. Okay. Sorry, it was a home health person. I had to make sure that they knew she was here. Okay. Sorry about that. Take care of my parents. All right. King of Cups. Star. Lovers. Oh goodness. He needs some intervention, but I don't know that he's going to get it for a while. He's not doing well. He thinks he's fine. And he's probably doing a halfway decent job of acting halfway reasonable, but yes, I agree with you. Ricky, if Don Jr. goes to jail, it will be hell for him as far as withdrawal symptoms are concerned. That's true. I keep saying it. Please, please, please go to rehab now. Go through go through your withdrawal in a controlled manner. Yeah. Carmen Tristan says it's a blessing to still have your parents. Yes, absolutely. And I say thank you every day. There's not a single day that goes by where I am not very conscious of how lucky I am to still have them for now. So, thank you. Pauline Francis, nobody cares enough about Junior to stage an intervention. All addicts think they have it under control. Imagine what his ex-wife, what she's going through. She's trying to raise 5 kids. And coordinate with him? Yikes. Then again, she married a Trump. Why would you marry a Trump? I don't get it. All right. Moving on. Yeah. 31 and a bit. Okay, so Terry Thomas and Revolution Ricky had a similar question. At 31:25. What's the safety look like for Shaye Moss, Ruby Freeman, and their family? Are they going to be okay now that they've testified? Will those who terrorize them face charges? I got the sense yesterday during the reading, and I did a reading. I did a reading that was basically saying that I had this feeling like a law will be passed in future, probably not for a while, but a law will be passed in future named after them. Lady Ruby or Wandria, I believe her name was, about you can't just drag people's names through the muds if you're in high office without really strong evidence. But are they going to be safe? I was worried about that yesterday. Okay. Kevin is saying, call me mean and insensitive, but I love watching Hal Sparks ridicule Junior. I'll share my popcorn with you. I love that too. Oh yes, and Mo Brooks lost his primary last night. I meant to bring that up at the beginning. Mo Brooks. Bye-bye. All right, now his space in the election is being taken over by a serious MAGA person, but bye, Mo Brooks. But for now, man, their lives are being suspended. I mean, there's so much they can't do, places they can't go. It's a nightmare. 3 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, Ace of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. All these poor people. This makes me think that whatever case they bring, they're going to make some money from it. Not as much as they should. It feels like a lot of the money's going to get eaten up by the lawyers and taxes and all that kind of stuff. But it feels like for the bullying, for the way they were stalked and treated, I think they're going to win some money. So bless them. Bless them. Jen Glenn says it's reported that the January 6th committee members have received a spike in threats since yesterday's hearing. Oh, not surprised. Alexander Bellino, I love that. We'll call it the ginger mint law. Giuliani said you were handing around USB drives with sensitive information. What were you really? What did your mother really hand you? A ginger mint? Thank you, Ricky. Dr. Oz, you guys are saying in the chat that Dr. Oz has been moving away from Trump. And Shaye Laughter just said, what was it? Where did I see it? Because I want to give you guys credit. Berwin was saying Dr. Oz is also trying to shift himself away from Trump. And then Shaye Laughter said, Dr. Oz, I never got the whole TV doctor thing. I think it's irresponsible. And now this, I think the guy needs attention or something. Ding, 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 ding. Desperately needs attention. The man, he's a black hole of need. Yeah. But anyway, all right. 3630. Eileen had a question. So I want to answer it. Will any of the senators be held accountable for sending a list of fake electors to DC for January 6th? Did you guys see a reporter walking with Ron Johnson as he was trying to leave the Capitol? And he was pretending to be on the phone because now he's trying to say, oh, that was my chief of staff. I didn't even know about that. Because Joe Scarborough was talking about it this morning, and he was like, that isn't how it works. That's never how it works. That is not how it works. There's no way the chief of staff got a list of fake electors and contacted the vice president's team and said, hey, do you want this? Without running it past Ron Johnson. Yeah. And he's like, I'm on the phone. And the reporter's like, I can see the, no, you're not. I can see the screen. So, will any of the senators be held accountable for sending the list of fake electors to DC? Senators, fake electors. This is fake electors. Well, you're already starting to see the CYA shuffle. You know, it wasn't me. I didn't know anything about it. It was that. Maybe if I keep ducking and dodging and dancing, they'll be a moving target and they won't get me. Ooh, M. Kelpie says ABC News is saying the committee will expand hearings with the additional info gathered. Really? Originally they said 8, and then it was 6, and then someone said 7, and now I have no idea. And it's what they're doing is important, and I'll just roll with the punches. But it's exhausting to not be able to plan and organize and have to redo the whole. My schedule is set up. The covers, the times they start, the social media that has to go out. There's a whole thing. Thank you, Trillium Tarot. Anyway, the truth is going to come out about these senators. Jen Glenn says the committee expects to have hearings in July. I heard that might be a possibility. Milarian says expand so more Americans can see the mob boss. Okay. Insult to injury. Look at that. No, that is an insult to injury. That's the 7 of Swords. That's the thief card. That's trying to steal the election. King of Pentacles. Empress. Strength. Four of Swords. The Sword of Truth here. Republicans tried to steal the election. Getting their electors in there. We're going to see it. We were strong against it. It didn't work. It was a complete non-starter. It was never going to work. Okay, but what about these Republicans who were a part of it? Are they going to be held accountable legally? It's going to take time. The DOJ is working on all kinds of January 6th related stuff, and does have and not just the lower level people, but there is only so much bandwidth as far as how quickly things can move. Thank you, Sharon Sight. Hello, Anne. Seven of Wands. Very much on the defensive. Fool. Victory. I say they're going to get into trouble. These idiots who thought, well, we can just do what we want. We're just going to take the election back. No, you're not. You're done. Bye. Bye-bye. See ya. That's going to hurt. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Oh, goodness. All right. 4230. Linda Johnson had a question. Will the head of the arrogant toddlers be granted a change of venue to Miami so he can have a more favorable jury, since in Miami they're more pro-Trump? Yeah, we can't get a fair trial here in Washington, D.C. about the attack on the Capitol. We want to go to Florida. Wow, it's kind of a... Well, you want your peers, but at the same time, you also want to be in a place where the general area of where the damage occurred. You've done damage in this community. Otherwise, a lot of trials would be sent elsewhere. Two of Cups. It's not just him. They worked with others. But let's see. Lovers. All right. Cult members. The Sun. Oh. Patriarchal garbage. Seven of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. King of Cups. I'm not getting many legal cards here. What happened on January 6th to overturn the election, the danger that people were in, the work he did there, part of this cult. I don't think this judge is going to be very sympathetic. Ricky's going to go do some laundry. Good luck. Oh, Pumpkin. Pumpkin having a little snack. Knight of Cups. Two of Pentacles. World. Star. It feels like sit down. You don't get special treatment. Sit down. You don't have an argument. Sit down. You don't get special treatment. That's what I get. We shall see. Okay. At 46 minutes in, we have Moxie Cha-Cha. 46. Well, I've had Ursula 1000's Beatbox Cha-Cha going through my head for a couple of days, so Moxie Cha-Cha, I like it. Did Ron Johnson get paid from Russia to help Trump cheat? Is Ron Johnson getting Russian money? Let's see. Wow. I'm just getting I'm getting the sense of hatred of Democrats. And I'm trying to get a sense of it. Is it, does he feel small? Does he have a tiny ego? It's not that. It's a zero-sum game. There is no middle ground, and nobody's going to take my power away from me. Certainly not, basically, insert name of anything that isn't white and male and wealthy. All of them would take power away from me, and that's not gonna happen. That's the energy I'm getting. It's like, okay. Suburban housewife, the myth of scarcity. Yes, very much. Knight of Cups. Oh, yeah, they're coming after me. Blah, 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 blah. Ace of Cups. Lovers. They're perverted on the left. They're disgusting. How, oh, yeah, they say they're about love. They're vile and far right. Put out there, it'll come back to me, and it didn't work. I'm not getting Russia per se, but I'm definitely getting his hatred, and you put stuff out there and it's not going to go well for you, Ron. Sorry, not sorry. Let me ask him 3 more cards on Ron Johnson. Polly Wanda, is that a rhetorical question? Is Trump the grift that keeps on taking? You have to ask. Ron Johnson, his political fortunes are getting a little shaky, and he will have none of it. I don't know. Usually, when you get somebody who's just really angry, you get, under most people's anger is fear. Not always, but usually, and this it doesn't feel like that. It's scary. You are absolutely correct. Scarcity. Justice. Knight of Wands. King of Swords. For his fighting for the far right, he's got a justice card and a card of prosecution. And they're flanking him like they're going to take him. I don't get good cards for Ron Johnson. Bye-bye. It couldn't happen to a bigger jerk, because it's hard to find a bigger jerk. Oh. Frieda Smith, is your 8-ball mended yet? It isn't. It isn't, I'm afraid. I think I threw it away. It was broken. I broke my mini meatball. Too many questions about Trump. Sandy Miller says his fear goes back to his dad being jailed and the anger he never dealt with. Oh, that would do it. Jolene Larson says anger can also be depression turned outward. Yeah. Al Menzi, it's true. So sad when your entitlement fails. All right, 51 and a bit. So 51:15. Eileen was asking, does Charlie Crist have a chance to win the primaries in Florida? If so, can he win against DeSantis? He's 65. He's been a representative, Democratic representative since 2017. He's had 2 spouses. Images. Oh, it's this guy. We know him. Share screen. Charlie Crist. This guy. Remember him? So he's going to run against DeSantis for governor. Let's see. See what I can get. I haven't looked at the astrology yet, but I'll just see what I can get from the cards. If the voices are bothering you, just let me know. I'll close the door. Well, he's a Democrat. Shaye Laughter is asking, is he better than DeSantis? Possibly. I'm nervous, though. He's a Democrat. And how would anybody not be better than DeSantis? There are moments I think Trump might be better than DeSantis. M. Kelby says a corn dog would be better than DeSantis. Well, corn dog is better than a lot of things. Oh, he's a former Republican. He's a Democratic now. Okay. Shaye Laughter says I'm on the fence with Crist. Fair enough. I don't live in Florida. Don't forget what the Supreme Court is about to bring down. It's going to make a lot of changes. It's women feeling scared and trapped and Thief card, King of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. He switched sides, which actually might work in his favor because it makes him look like he's not too extreme. This is the deal breaker for a lot of you. This is going to be the deal breaker in 2022 and probably 2024. Chris Wickens says DeSantis doesn't care if he wins the governorship. He wants to be president. Yeah, but he wants to be governor if he can't be president. So, Hierophant. Government. Eight of Cups, Fool, Ace of Wands. Oh, well, we know they're going to beat him up. It's going to be it's going to be contentious, but he's willing to put himself out there. Menzi says, who would replace DeSantis as governor if he runs for president? Well, he doesn't necessarily have to drop out of running for governor to run for president. Okay. Well, good luck. Anybody who's running against, well, not anybody. Holly or, yeah, I can think of some rotten people, but anyway. Okay. At 56:30, Mo Brooks. You know what? I don't care. I have more than enough questions. It was just reading about Mo Brooks. What's next for him? You know what? Bye. Just bye. Okay, 56:45. Eileen had a question. 56:45. Do you see the president bringing any type of student loan forgiveness program soon? Gosh, I hope so. Loan forgiveness program. I mean, we know he wants to. Judith is saying that Biden has said he approved a 3-month gas tax holiday. Yeah, they were talking about that, so it's good that that happened. It's like 18 cents. Just something. Katie Arbuckle, a gas holiday? It's basically suspending the federal gas tax of like 18 cents for 3 months, just to help people at the prices they're paying at the pump. Not holiday like yay party. It's holiday like we're suspending that. That's just, yeah. Student loan forgiveness program. I read on this now and then, and I keep getting, we have to wait till we have more Democrats in the House and the Senate. Justice. Oh, joy. Loan forgiveness. Loan forgiveness. Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. Two of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. It's certainly contentious. You've got arguments. We have too many. There are too many people. There are too many Rand Pauls in power. Eventually, I think there will be a decision that will help people financially, but we need more Democrats in power. That's what I get. There's only so much Biden can do. So. Oh, she laughed her. I'm so sorry. Kevin Brazil says 18 cents will add up for me as I'm spending over $1,000 per month on diesel. Whew. That's brutal. Man. Okay, 1 hour in, we're going to do M. Kelpie's idea. Where are they now? there were actually 4 of the questions, but I dropped the one on Holly because I just heard his name and I got a sense of his energy, and it was like, no. But I'm more than will. I just, it's too bad. It's too awful. It's too gross. Holly can go whatever. But as far as these others, let's go frolic with the morons. Okay. At 1 hour, 30 seconds in, let's start with Marco Rubio. What's going to happen to Marco Rubio? Hopefully losing. That would make me happy. He feels a little panicked. He feels very panicked. I don't know why he feels panicked. He feels panicked. 4 of Wands. Do we know if the human embodiment of all 7 deadly sins is against Rubio? Page of Swords. Because he's in Florida and so is Mar-a-Lago. Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups. This feels like Trump is bullying him. Even though he was relatively faithful to Trump, none of these people did enough to give Trump his victory. You're the one who couldn't get the voters, Spiff. He's feeling a little like, what do I do? Kind of, how do I position myself? He's worried. And I would think, it's like, well, is he worried about his potential Democratic opponent? But this is a card of evidence. How do we know if he was involved in January 6th? Chris Wicken says, who doesn't Trump bully? That is a point. I don't know what he's panicking about. He's panicking about something. Vicky C says, maybe wonder if the committee has anything on him. Oh, Alexandra Bellino says, yesterday CNN brought up Rubio saying Donald was a danger to America. That might be why. He'd be getting one heck of a lot of pushback. 3 of Wands. See, this is, again, it's not like waiting for ships to come in. It's almost like he's looking out like, okay, well, what do I do now? Again. So he's just going to embrace his republicanism and let whatever legal things are happening, just let the chips fall where they may. That's all I'm getting on Rubio. Chris Wicken says it would be money, and where it came from for Rubio is my thoughts. Could be. All right. Next. 105. This should be, this guy gets 3 cards and that's it. 105. Andrew Ghoulioni. Trying to become the governor of New York. seem to be. I can't remember if it's governor, mayor. He's so nothing to me. He is running for. Zeldin roasts Andrew Ghoulioni as the Chick-fil-A runner of Trump White House. He is running for governor. That's awesome. Okay. Andrew Ghoulioni. Kevin Brazil says, "Oh, nepotism, alive and well in New York." Yeah, pretty much. Anyway. My understanding is he hasn't been doing terribly well in the polls, but Andrew Ghoulioni, Rudy's son. Temperance. Sit down. Seriously, sit down. 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, 4 of Swords. No, just no. That's election day. That's crickets. Absolute crickets. This, no. No. Did you guys ever watch? I doubt. I don't know how many of you remember Night Court from the 80s. I know they're doing some kind of reboot, but the original. Yes, I don't own. I own some movies. I don't own a lot of television, but I do have all 9 seasons of Night Court. Anyway, there's an episode where Dan Fielding, the DA assistant or what assistant DA, sorry, he runs for office, and it's the day that everyone's voting and the results are rolling in, and he's losing to a dead guy. That's what this feels like. Yeah. Night Court was awesome. 108. This is the one I was waiting for. This is where we're ending today. Devin Nunez. Is he hiding behind his cow? So, Truth Social not doing so well, huh? And you left your cushy little job for it to be Truth Social, huh? We know it's not Truth, so it's just Truth Social. Devin Nunez, are you moving on? Oh, if he can just make it work. He can make so much money if he can just make it work. 3 of... wow. 3 of Swords. 9 of Swords, Emperor. Oh my gosh. Imagine having to answer to Trump. Imagine having to get on those phone calls and go be in those meetings with the belligerent, gross, hairspray smelling and have to tell him it's not going well. Oh, it sucks to be him. Good. That's all I'm getting on him. It's just It's just bad. I think he actually might be there for a little bit longer. I'm Kelpie. Thanks for Autumn for putting. Thanks, Autumn, so much for putting up with the questions about the mucky mess. Oh, this is kind of what I do. Two of wands. I love how when I have certain other readers come on the channel who don't just do political stuff, and they're toward the end, they're like, "You do this every day?" Yeah. Yes, I do. That's why you do the overlays and the nails and the crazy and the funny and the because you got to keep the energy up, because otherwise, devil, thief, chariot. When did Nunez leave? When did Nunez leave? One moment. Devin, Nunez. When did you, former United States Representative, Wikipedia, on the right it should tell me, he was the ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, but now Adam Schiff is. He left January 1st. What? January 1st, 2022? So he's only been gone. Wait a second. He's only been gone for 6 months? Is that right? So could he be sucked back into the hearings? I don't know. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. Well, his cards are terrible. And he has to deal with Trump all the time. You know, when people joke about, when I go to hell, they're going to be playing that song over and over and over. Or when I go to jail, when I go to hell, I'm going to have to, fill out tax forms for all of eternity, or, it's like, no. If someone's like, okay, you're unfortunately you're going to hell, you're going to have to deal with Donald Trump and his business is failing, and you're in charge of them. I mean, you'd be like, no, I repent. I'll do anything. All right. I agree with Kevin. Do wear your masks. COVID is still around. So, yeah, that's going to do it. And that's going to do it for me for today. But I will be back here tomorrow. I want to say at 1:30. I'll double check. But as I'm checking, January 6th, at 4 o'clock, and 6 select committee schedule. At 4 o'clock today, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints. It is 1:30 p.m. here. .gov. Let's have a look. Let us look together. But I understand if you need to go. I am done for today. Don't forget, there are good days ahead. There are. You're not alone. We're in this together. Let's see here. Let me get rid of this. Put this up and we'll share. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you, Musical Neptunian. It's been a minute. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Ta-da. All right. So we did about Media Center, committee activity, upcoming hearings. Well, this just shows the old ones. Oh, no, that is tomorrow. Okay. Select committee hearing. Live in 24 hours. So, 2 p.m. And that's Chicago time. So this is giving it to me in my time zone. So yeah, I'm coming on tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon. So I won't be here at noon. I'm not the kind of person who can. I have Gemini on my ascendant, but I'm not a Gemini, so I don't have the communication chops to stay on for 4 or 5 hours. So I'll be on tomorrow at 1:30, and then 15 minutes after that, C-SPAN will start showing the room. And then at 2 p.m. Central Time, Chicago time, 3 p.m. Eastern, we should get the 5th hearing. So I am not doing noon tomorrow. So sorry. All right, that's going to do it for me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Hang in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And I will see you right back here tomorrow.